Hey guys, Ben Ramsey here. So yes, the studio 20th Century Fox is rebooting the Fantastic Four franchise. Yes, the Marvel comic heroes, the Fantastic Four, are getting a reboot, so they're getting remade. So yes, we already got 2 Fantastic Four films already. But yeah, they're remaking it, and all the news that's come out of this remake has just been horrible. Like, all the news about this remake that they're doing has been horrible. The cast is terrible. I've seen the cast, it's terrible. Doctor Doom looks like a trash bag. If you don't know what I'm talking about, literally Google it. Just Google up Fantastic Four reboot by 20th Century Fox and you'll find all the news articles about it. It just sounds terrible. And it's supposed to be hitting theatres this year. But then, looking back at the Fantastic Four films, it kind of reminded me of a childhood story of when I was, I believe, 10 years old, I think. Yeah, so when I was 10 years old, so I've told, stories of my childhood on my YouTube before, so let's do it again. Come on, let's do another childhood story. Alright, so yeah, so anyway, this childhood story is to do with this certain film, Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. Yes, this film is that's what my story is going to be about today. So the story starts out where it was my birthday, and as a birthday treat, me and 3 of my friends were going to go watch the new film Spider-Man 3. So yes, the final Spider-Man in the Sam Raimi trilogy. So yeah, me, my mates, 3 of my mates from primary school, and my dad, because my dad was taking us all, we all were going to watch Spider-Man 3 as my birthday treat. Now, obviously, we went in the cinema, when we got all our snacks and everything, we sat down, and obviously before the film started, all the previews were playing, and then, we were just kind of looking at all these previews. As any kid does, they're just like, yeah, that looks interesting, yeah. But there was one preview. I will remember all my life, because this is probably my favourite trailer ever made. Right? So basically, it's the last trailer before, obviously Spider-Man 3, the film starts. It's the last trailer, and it's for Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. Now, I'd watched the first Fantastic Four film, and I thought it was okay. And because I was about 10 years old back then, I used to watch all these cartoons. I used to watch the Spider-Man cartoons, and then also I'd watch the Fantastic Four cartoons. And also, now and then on the Fantastic Four cartoon, a character named the Silver Surfer would appear. And I loved the Silver Surfer. When I saw him in the cartoon, I was like, oh, he's so cool. He's a guy in space riding a surfboard. It's so cool. I mean, what's not cool about that? So yeah. So as this trailer was playing out, basically it was like me and my friends were watching this. We were like, all right, it's the Fantastic Four, but then like, what is this thing? What is this thing in the sky? It's like, what is that? And then there's one bit in the trailer. This is the most memorable part of the trailer, for me at least. Alright, so there's a scene, obviously the Human Torch is flying after this thing. He flies around a building, and then suddenly, boom! That's when you see it. The Silver Surfer just gliding out of this building. Literally, here's the clip right now. Here's the clip, just to show you guys what I'm talking about. And that was my first ever crazy reaction trailer, because you've seen on my YouTube channel I've done some pretty crazy reaction trailers to How to Train Your Dragon, Avengers: Age of Ultron. I've done trailer reactions for a bunch of films that I've seen and are really good, but this was my first ever trailer, which I truly freaked out about, because How to Train Your Dragon wasn't a thing back then, so and yeah, and I really loved the Silver Surfer when I saw him in the Fantastic Four cartoon, and then as soon as he glided out of that building, literally, I remember just dropping my bag of sweets which I had. I was like, no way! Like, literally, I'm not even joking. This is what was going on. Like, at the cinema, I'm sitting in my seat, and I'm literally jumping in my seat. I'm like, oh my god! Like, no way! Like, no, this is not, no, they are actually doing this? Oh my god! Like, literally, I was literally, to my friends, I was like, literally, oh my god! And because this is only a teaser trailer, it only went on for like a minute. It doesn't show any action, it doesn't show any, like, anyone fighting any Doctor Doom or anything. No, it's literally just a scene with the Silver Surfer, but it was enough for me, because I'd watched him in the cartoon, and I never, ever thought I would see him in live action. Never. So when I saw him in live action, I was like, my mind was absolutely blown. That was the first ever time I really, truly freaked out with a trailer. I was like, no way! You know, it completely took the focus off the film I was about to watch, Spider-Man 3, because I was just like, no way! Because as a kid, you know, all I'd watched was like Spider-Man, X-Men, and that really rubbish Hulk film that came out. That was all we had. We didn't have the Marvel Cinematic Universe we have today back then. So yeah, kids, if you're watching this right now, we didn't have Iron Man, we didn't have Guardians of the Galaxy. All we had was Spider-Man, X-Men, and a really crappy Hulk film. So yeah, so the City and the Silver Surfer, I was like, oh, like literally, I was proper freaking out. And then of course after that, me and my friends watched Spider-Man 3 and you know, we loved it, but then looking back at it now, it was pretty terrible. But anyway, yeah, so skip a few months later on, you know, when the film is coming out, Rise of the Silver Surfer, I've seen TV adverts for it, you know, when I've been watching like Cartoon Network on TV, they've always been showing like TV adverts for, oh, Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, and really amping it up, which you should do for a film like this. And you know, so I saw the TV adverts and I was like, oh my god, you know, like, Mum, Dad, I've got to watch this, you know, so yeah. And then, you know, they said, well, hold on, because remember, Ben, you know, we're going on holiday, you know, in just a few weeks' time, you know, maybe we'll see it then. And yeah, so because me and my family were going on holiday, I believe we were going to Weymouth for our holiday. So this was back in 2007. I think we went to Weymouth in 2007, and yeah, and so we were going on holiday, so my mum and dad were like, yeah, maybe, you know, because obviously they wanted to save money for the holiday, right? So yeah, yeah, and then it was like the last day of our holiday, and you know, it was, I think it was like my mum was taking my sisters, I don't know, just shopping or whatever, and then my mum said to me, right, Ben, you and your dad are gonna go watch Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer. And I was like, yeah! Like, I was just absolutely off the wall. You know, because in the caravan we were staying in, I was just running back and forth like, yeah! And like, even like when we were leaving out the door, it was like, you know, I was saying to my dad, oh, you know, oh, it's going to be so good because I've seen all the adverts on TV, you know, and, you know, it's so cool, I've seen in the advert where the Human Torch does this big blast thing and, oh, Mr. Fantastic, he stretches, and, you know, I was telling my dad all this stuff because I was hyped, you know. It was like, as a kid, as a 10-year-old kid, obviously, I got really excited about this stuff, and I still do today, but back then I was really excited. So we're walking out the caravan, I'm literally jumping to the car, you know, I'm like, Dad, come on, we gotta go. So yeah, basically we go to this shopping centre, I believe it is, like this shopping centre type place. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but yeah, I believe, yeah, in somewhere in Weymouth, I think it was. Yeah, we're at the shopping centre, so that's when we split. You know, cinema was just over there. My mum and my sisters just went shopping. I don't even know what they did, to be honest. I can't remember. It was like years ago, but yeah, it was 8 years ago now, but yeah. They went off shopping, and me and my dad were walking to the cinema, and I was like, here we go! You know, and then, so me and my dad, we go to the, you know, the counter bit, and, you know, my dad's like, yeah, 2 tickets for Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer. And then the woman's like, oh, yeah, that film, the last showing for that was yesterday, it's not here anymore. And when the woman said that, you know, and the woman at the counter said that, I just stood there in like I can even remember it, like, you know, this is one of those stories where you look back at it and you're like, I can literally remember when, you know, how I felt. Like, I'm even, you know, looking back at it now, I'm still getting emotional now, but yeah, it's, I just stood there. You know, in my mind, you know, you would probably expect a 10-year-old me to be like, yeah, like, to, you know, like, start having a big stampy tantrum or something like that, you know, to start crying his eyes out, and I wanted to, but for some reason, I just stood there. You know, I was basically crying on the inside, and just, I don't know what happened. I just stood there, and it was like I was frozen. I was just frozen in that instant of time. I was like, you know, everything just went silent. Like, I can't even remember what, you know, my dad said to the woman then, you know, because I was just stood there. I was like, no, no, no. And you know, because when you're looking forward to a film so much and then you go there and you find out, it's heartbreaking. But yeah, so that's happened. And then, you know, obviously when my dad's like, oh, okay then, you know, and he asks the woman, oh, well, what other films you got playing then? And then, you know, she says like, oh, well, the new Harry Potter's just come out. And then my dad then just turns to me and was like, hey Ben, do you want to, you know, do you want to watch the new Transformers? What am I on about? Harry Potter, do you want to watch the new Harry Potter? And I was like, no. And then, yeah, and then we just left. We just left because I said to my dad, I don't want to watch anything else, you know. I don't want to watch Harry Potter because, you know, I hadn't watched any of the films. And any other film that was there was just either I'd already seen it or it just didn't really interest me. So yeah, left the cinema. You know, I'm about to tear up basically, and you know, my dad's just like, you know, don't worry, come on, let's go find, you know, mum and the girls, come on, let's just go there, right? And yeah, and then after that, we met up with my mum and, you know, my sisters, and my dad explained, you know, to my mum saying, oh, we wanted to go there, but they didn't have anything. So yeah, and then my dad was really kind, actually. We were in WH Smith, I remember, and, you know, of course I was a big fan of Doctor Who back then as well, and, you know, they had all the DVDs out, and he said to me, go on then, Ben, come on, pick out a Doctor Who DVD, come on. You know, since, you know, you've already missed out your big treat, come on. You pick out a Doctor Who DVD and I'll buy it. So, you know, because that's how great my dad is. I love my dad. He's just amazing, you know. Just, I love my dad to bits. He's just amazing, you know, everything he does. So yeah, my dad really did cheer me up then. He was, and you know, even though then my dad bought the Doctor Who DVD I wanted, basically, you know, for the rest of the day, I think we went around the beach and all that, but yet still that didn't really cheer me up. I was still in an emotional state. I was like, I was depressed like hell. I was just absolutely depressed that day. I mean, if you don't believe me, look at this photo before we were leaving the caravan. You know, look at this photo when we were leaving the caravan of when I thought I was going to go watch the Silver Surfer. Now, look at the two photos of after this when I find out I am not watching the Silver Surfer. Look at those two photos. Yeah, exactly. You know, every time my mum was taking photos, just couldn't raise a smile. Just, you ain't getting a smile out of me. You know, it's just, yeah, I was really just heartbroken that day. That was not a good way to end the holiday. So anyway guys, so yeah, that was my story of Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer. You know, how I didn't get to see it in the cinema like I wanted to. But yeah, eventually we bought it on DVD and turns out the movie sucks. Turns out the movie sucked anyway, so, you know, it wasn't that much of a big deal in the end game, you know, like, yeah, so we got it on DVD once it released, and, you know, it's a shame Galactus was a cloud, right? God, why do they have to make Galactus a cloud? See, this is what I don't want in the new series. If you're gonna do Galactus again, don't make him a cloud! God. Oh, God, that film, that was what let it down for me. Because, you know, that was one of the things, that was another thing that was going through my mind when I first saw the Silver Surfer in that teaser trailer. I was like, the Surfer's there, you're gonna get Galactus as well. That was another reason I was excited when I saw the teaser trailer, because I knew Galactus wasn't far behind. Yeah, and even as a 10-year-old, looking at a film, even I criticised it by saying, no guys, you effed up. You effed up bad. Yeah, so anyway guys, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe for more. That was just my story of Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer. You know, how I didn't get to see it in the cinema. Yeah, just thought I'd do this video just because there's apparently a new Fantastic Four film coming out this year, and I thought, and that just reminded me of what happened 8 years ago when I was on holiday in Weymouth. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment, like, subscribe for more content like this, and be sure to check out more of my other videos. It's Ben Ramsey. I'm signing off.